Hey everyone, today we'll talk about the most annoying donkey work when it comes to growing vegetables, that is hardening off the seedlings. In this video we'll talk about the whats, whys and hows of hardening the seedlings. It's something we all have to do, so let's get right into it. Why should we harden off the seedlings? If you are living in a temperate country like I am, you would have started to sow seeds in the month of April or March or even February because then it was cold outside. The seeds happily grow into seedlings. Once they become big enough, we transplant them into bigger pots. By around mid of May or the last frost date, it is time to move these seedlings outdoors to their final containers or spot. But if we expose these tender seedlings suddenly one day to the outside harsh sunlight, temperature and winds, these will not survive. Because till now they have been living in the cozy indoors, all comfortable on the windowsill or under the Growlights with the perfect temperature of about 24 degrees. The outside environment is quite different to what we have indoors with very harsh sunlight which is way stronger than the Growlights or the windowsill light, fluctuating temperatures, winds and rains. And if we expose them directly to this environment one day, sometimes they get weak and die, sometimes they get dried up, and sometimes the leaf get sunburns. To avoid the sudden shock to the plants when moving outdoors, we harden them off. What is hardening? Hardening is a process of slowly acclimatizing the saplings to the outside environments. It normally takes around 1 week for the saplings to adjust to the outdoors. When can we harden off the seedlings? We usually move the vegetable saplings after the last frost date, that is when the night temperatures are consistently above 10 degrees Celsius. Check when is the last frost date in your area. Mine is around mid of May. You know who is every gardener's best friend? A good weather app. What I usually do is, as the last frost date is approaching, I check the weather app and choose a day to start hardening off the seedlings. Make sure there is no harsh winds or rains on these days. This year I started 1 week before the last frost date. Every year it is different because it depends on the daily weather. For example, last year I started a little late because the month of May was rainy. Choose cloudy or overcast days to start the process of hardening so that the sunlight is not too harsh. How to harden off seedlings. This is not the fun part which I was talking about in the beginning of the video. What we do is we bring the seedlings every day for a few hours outside, each day increasing the duration by 1 or 2 hours, again depending on the weather. For example, on the first day I bring my seedlings outdoors early morning, leave them for 2 hours. Before the sun gets too harsh, I bring them back indoors. The second day, I leave them for 3 hours outside. The third day may be an hour longer. If it is a cloudy day, we can also leave them for a longer time. Someday, I choose evenings for hardening off so that the seedlings can get exposed to different temperatures and intensity of light. Skip the days when there are strong winds and rains. Mild rains are okay. As I said, keep checking the weather app and decide whether to bring them outdoors or not. If you are forgetful like I am, do set an alarm before the sun gets too harsh by the noon. Also make sure to water the seedlings thoroughly so that they can withstand the temperatures and sun outside. I bring my seedlings outdoors, water them and keep the soil always moist. We continue doing this for 6 to 7 days, increasing the duration little by little every day, and on the last day we leave them completely outdoors for the entire day and also overnight. And now they should be stronger than how they were 1 week before. This is the whole process of hardening. Tedious, I know, but a necessary step that we all have to do. Otherwise, all the months of hard work will be for nothing. So do this extra step. On a positive note, it is just for 1 week in an entire year, and you get a nice workout. This step is needed if you have kept your saplings indoors, in the greenhouse, undercover outdoors, or even if you buy saplings from the garden centers. After hardening them off, they can be moved outdoors to their final spot. Always keep the soil moist after transplanting. Do not miss the video on transplanting the seedlings because there are some essential things that you should take care of while transplanting them. And let me know in the comments below if you follow this process of hardening the saplings. I'll see you in the next. Bye and take care.